Prime has an eye-popping level of caffeine, and that's giving parents and doctors the jitters.
Have you ever seen two influencers turn a sports drink into a global controversy? One that ended up banned from schools and buried in lawsuits? Because Prime didn't just fall apart, it detonated like a neon-colored grenade. And Logan Paul and KSI are still standing in the wreckage, wondering how their revolutionary drink became a lawsuit magnet banned in schools worldwide.
It's just like the most sugary drink that doesn't have sugar in it. And then you look at the sodium level, it's like 1,000 milligrams.
We're talking about the energy drink that went from selling out in seconds to collecting dust on clearance shelves at 70% off. From celebrity partnerships to class action lawsuits. From the next Gatorade to that toxic drink parents won't let their kids touch.
There's a new warning for parents and kids about energy drinks. Maybe you've seen Prime Energy on social media.
And honestly, watching these two ego-driven influencers face actual consequences feels better than any hydration drink ever could. So let me paint you a picture of how two YouTubers turned a beverage into a billion-dollar disaster, then watched it collapse harder than their reputations. When Prime first hit shelves in January 2022, it looked unstoppable. A neon-colored drink from two of the internet's biggest names, Logan Paul and KSI, backed by manufactured scarcity, celebrity chaos, and an army of teenage fans ready to throw money at anything their idols touched.
We just launched Prime in the UK.
Let's go!
The marketing was genius, I'll give them that. Two former rivals turning their boxing beef into a business alliance? Sold. Limited drops that fueled FOMO? Check YouTubers literally camping outside Walmarts like it was a new iPhone launch? Absolutely insane, but it worked. Bottles were flipping on eBay for hundreds of dollars. The media called it revolutionary. Within months, Prime had UFC partnerships, Premier League sponsorships, even Super Bowl commercials. By 2023, they claimed $1.2 billion in retail sales. But here's where it gets interesting. When your entire business model is built on hype instead of substance, that hype needs to keep growing forever. And when it stops, everything collapses like a house of cards in a hurricane. It started small. Complaints about taste inconsistencies, misleading labels, and ingredients that didn't match what was advertised. Parents started noticing something weird. The hydration drink and the energy drink looked nearly identical. Same bottles, same branding, same shelf space. Except one tiny detail. The energy version contained 200 milligrams of caffeine. That's almost double a Red Bull, in a drink marketed to kids. Schools across the US, UK, and Australia started banning Prime Energy from campuses. Teachers reported kids shaking, vomiting, and even fainting after chugging multiple cans thinking they were drinking electrolytes. That's not hydration. That's a medical emergency waiting to happen. Then reports started circulating that Prime was under review by the FDA and Health Canada for caffeine mislabeling and marketing to minors. Logan and KSI denied it at first. Classic move. But documents confirmed that regulators had indeed contacted the brand with some very uncomfortable questions. The clean, healthy alternative image was officially dead. And the lawsuits? They were just getting started. By 2024, Prime's problems moved from YouTube drama channels to actual courtrooms. And not just one lawsuit. We're talking multiple legal battles hitting from every direction. Refresco Beverages, a large-scale bottling company, sued Prime claiming they failed to honor supply contracts and left factories unpaid for massive production runs. Then A Grain of Fruit, a supplier, accused them of breach of contract over unpaid invoices and mishandled shipments. But wait, it gets even worse. Multiple consumer lawsuits accuse Prime of containing forever chemicals, PFAS, in their plastic bottles. Testing allegedly found traces of toxic compounds that don't break down naturally. The same chemicals linked to serious long-term health issues. If true, that's not just bad PR. That's a public health disaster waiting to explode. Prime denied everything, of course, but court filings and lab reports started spreading online faster than they could damage control. The empire built on trust and celebrity worship was now drowning in legal paperwork and toxic chemical allegations. The biggest scandal was always the caffeine. Prime Energy contained 200 milligrams per can, but the branding made it nearly impossible to tell the difference from the hydration version. Both looked identical. Many stores displayed them side by side. US senators demanded investigations, claiming the brand was recklessly endangering minors. In Canada, the government didn't mess around. They outright banned the energy version. The so-called hydration drink for athletes was now a banned stimulant for children. And that's when the empire started cracking from the inside like cheap plastic. At first, the founders laughed it off. Logan called the criticism haters being jealous. KSI told fans, Prime is for everyone. If you can't handle it, don't drink it. Classic deflection, zero accountability. But when regulators and journalists started naming them directly, their tone changed fast. In late 2024, Logan appeared on multiple podcasts defending Prime, but came off defensive, unprepared, and honestly kinda panicked. He dodged questions about lawsuits and caffeine levels. Clips went viral showing him sweating, fidgeting, avoiding eye contact. A far cry from the confident entrepreneur he pretended to be. Meanwhile, KSI's reputation took its own nosedive. Footage resurfaced of him mocking fans, using slurs, and losing his cool at events. The brand that once stood for unity between two rivals now looked like two egos desperately trying to save a sinking ship with buckets full of holes. Remember when Prime bottles were selling out in seconds? When scarcity made it feel exclusive and untouchable? Yeah, those days are dead. After the bans and backlash, stores couldn't give Prime away. Shelves that once looked empty were now overflowing with unsold inventory. Supermarkets started discounting Prime by 70% just to move stock. What used to flip for $10 on resale now sells for $1. $1. Retailers called it a massive drop in demand. Prime Energy saw sales fall by over 80% across several markets. That's not a decline, that's freefall. That's the market saying, we're done with your BS. The product built on hype finally hit reality. And reality didn't buy a second bottle. When Prime was hot, it was everywhere. UFC, Arsenal, the Dodgers, even NASCAR. But sponsors hate bad press, and Prime's headlines became radioactive faster than you can say class action lawsuit. Arsenal quietly scaled back their branding deals. U.S. athletic programs started reviewing contracts. Even some UFC commentators reportedly refused to mention the drink during broadcasts. No one wanted to be tied to a brand accused of targeting kids with dangerous energy drinks and facing toxic chemical lawsuits. Prime's empire, once protected by celebrity power and millions of fans, was now being abandoned by the very partners that made it global. When the ship's sinking, the rats jump first. And the corporate sponsors? They were already swimming to shore. When things were good, Logan and KSI were untouchable. They bragged about success, mocked critics, flaunted the money. But when the backlash came, people remembered everything they'd ignored. Logan's failed crypto project CryptoZoo resurfaced. KSI's past scandals and insults trended again. And suddenly, the internet that once worshipped them turned, and it wasn't pretty. Comment sections filled with one beautiful sentiment: they finally got what they deserved. The same audience that made them rich was now watching their downfall like it was the season finale of their favorite drama, and loving every second of it. That's not just schadenfreude, that's poetic justice. So now, as Prime's bottles collect dust on clearance shelves and its founders scramble to defend the indefensible, the story feels complete. Two influencers who thought they could outsmart accountability finally met it. The hype is gone, the fans are gone, the partnerships are gone, and the empire they built on sugar, excessive caffeine, and lies is officially finished. This isn't just a collapse, it's karma served ice cold in a neon bottle. Because when you build your empire on manipulation, targeting children, and ignoring every red flag regulators wave in your face, the fall always tastes sweeter than the drink itself. Now let me know in the comments, did Prime deserve this collapse, or should Logan and KSI get another chance to hydrate, the next generation? Because based on those lawsuit filings, I know where my vote's going.